As you delved
So,
deep,
so it didn't give me any way to get into Shade's mind, like, safely, is what you're saying, though?
the safest way to do it would be to simply ask Shade. That is the question you asked.
Okay. Well, ask Shade. Shade, can you teach me the ritual?
Uh, anyways, as you all entered inside of this situation and acquired a new blade of sin, you have the last one if you want to take it or strip it or somehow, I don't know. Either way, you don't necessarily have to take it, but if you choose to take it, it is on a secondary individual that is not part of your team, but is working with you. How you decide to do that is up to you. Afterwards, however, Shade did make mention that he was able to combine two blades, but never gave you much information beyond that. And a few other things lie in wait. Beyond that, you met an old companion by the name of, I was about to call him Beef, but that is not his name. Technically, it is Angus.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, but not really.
Kind of, but not really. He gave you the blade and then simply headed out. Well, he gave it to someone he knew. He doesn't really care for strangers, mainly because he was warned, welcome Fox, about strangers. But then, like 2 minutes later, Kelmore decided to give it to a stranger. So, it's a good thing he was gone at that
Well,
point.
he didn't. So it's all fine.
Yeah, that's true. Beyond that, you decided to take a long rest. Some of you asked a few questions. Kelmore discovered that the reason why the entity beforehand that acquired all 7 blades, their wish was to restore life. The secondary means of a potential way to enter the Shadowfell was to enter the City of Doors. Or maybe death. But death is a little more permanent.
Why did we want to go to the Shadowfell again?
Personal reasons or other.
I'll type it in chat.
Lydian wants to know how to acquire the information of the ritual without being in danger, and the easiest way the pool of knowledge gave you was ask the person that knows. That's really the easiest way to do it. Whether that happens or not is entirely up to you. Either way, that is how things are currently at.
Cool.
You took a long rest, and after some of you traded spells, and then you took a long rest. You woke up and then met back here. If you want to meet outside the tent before this, that's fine, but I just dragged you guys here.
I'll meet in here, it's fine.
So, Shade, can you teach me this ritual, please?
Sorry, I don't fully understand it. It's just something I know how to do, but I don't think I can teach someone else.
Didn't it get, like, melted into your brain?
Nobody knows but Shade.
But out of game,
Okay.
pretty much, yeah.
The pool of
Maybe
knowledge said
maybe
the
it wasn't
simplest
there.
way and the safest way was to ask you to teach it to me.
Sorry, I'm not sure, but I don't think I can teach it to someone. I can just do it.
He's not lying. From what you can tell, I will just use your past perception. He doesn't seem to be lying. So if there's a way for him to do it, he simply does not know it.
Passive is 5 higher than what it says. I don't want to put advantage on there for my shield, but I have to go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back.
Okay. The point still stands.
I'm still holding the cursed warhammer, by the way, if that factors in anything. I'm not using it, obviously, but
Sylvan.
Not right now.
Sylvan.
okay.
May I ask you a question?
Who are you asking a question?
Sylvan.
Oh, okay. Yes?
I believe it was your sister who we met the day before, correct?
Yes, Golden.
I was wondering if we might ask her a question. Do you know where she might be?
She will be arriving in about an hour or so. Right now, she's conversing with her team.
That's good to know. We wish to ask her a small request. We'd be willing to trade for it if she requires it.
Depends on what you ask, but she's never been one to give things so freely.
I understand. Do you know what it is that she most desires? By perchance, something that she might be willing to trade to get?
She simply smiles, then states, I am. You'll forgive me, but I am not going to make my sister in a less than favorable stance when it comes to a merchant's trade.
I understand. I just don't wish to waste her time because her time is valuable right now. I don't think she would want money. Maybe an item or knowledge.
She smiles again and simply states, again, I'm not going to weaken her position. But even if I was willing to, I can never understand her, honestly. Her wills, desires are not my own.
Very well. I will wait. Then. Blake, what is our next task? Oh, that's right. We made our decision. We wish to go into the cave.
You basically cut her off before she could respond, but basically it was the next task is for me to wait to figure out your decision. You can talk about it, but it seems to me that at least one of you looks towards Kelmore, has at least decided, perhaps for the rest of you?
I did want to try and learn the ritual from you, Shade, somehow before we go into the cave.
I don't know how to teach it to you. It's
Would the
just
pool of
something
knowledge
that's
know
in
where I
you.
would have to go to find how to teach it? Let me say it again. Would the pool of knowledge know where Shane needs to go to learn how to teach it?
That information would not be in the pool. The main thing that they showed you was the safest way to get the information. That was with Shade. How to do it, it would not have that information. That being said, you said the safest way. That doesn't mean it doesn't pose any danger.
Someone in a car?
Maybe.
You know,
No.
Shane, I just realized.
Fox is driving right now. I'm trying to get home.
Oh, okay.
If you don't physically know it consciously, maybe you'll understand it in a different way. Perhaps if you're put underneath of compulsion, your body might just do it for you without you physically knowing. Perhaps we can try it that way if Lillian wants it so bad.
Who are we putting in the compulsion? Me or Shade out of character?
I was talking to Shade.
I don't think that would work on him, but
Look, if you get the final piece and give me the diamond required, I can combine the rest of them.
Don't worry, I plan on using you for my own nefarious purposes.
Yeah,
hey,
I
next
don't
time.
really part with the ones I have.
As you say that, Star's just
if
taking
you
a
want his
wild
help,
guess.
you're gonna have to trust him.
Ladies, I see you've all received my invitations. Why are you still fully clothed?
Wait,
Well,
what?
you're fully clothed.
I'm joking.
I know. I was going with the joke. You know, kind of going with the joke. At least I thought I was. Dang it, I still need to work on my humor.
Kelmore wondering if he got the joke properly. Actually, what was Magister a woman? Oh, did I screw up?
I don't remember, but there are at least 3 women there, and they were the ones who came in first.
That
so
is fair.
That was a joke.
I don't recall Red ever being there, though.
Red's new. Oh yeah, Magister is a woman.
Oh.
Oh, that's supposed to be a male, but you know what? Doesn't matter. The only ones these should be concerned about, maybe, is Golden and Star.
Anyway.
Anyways, Star wondering and curious if you actually did propose this, but decides to waver it off. And just continues with her own snide remark. Looks towards Lillian and only guessing on what she says, simply states, "Oh no, most often most people, such as the wealthy or those that aren't well-to-do, aren't so keen on giving their items away. Oh, by the way, I found Golden's group. This one's Petal, this one's Magister, and this one's Red. I don't know why he's named a color, but he
character?
is."
Out of character, Golden's group. I don't remember that coming up.
Last session,
Golden, I think, was a scout, wasn't she?
blah blah blah. Golden was a scout, and then beforehand, today she was gonna head out with the rest of her members of the party, of her party. You were just tag-alongs if you decided to tag along.
Good morning, Golden, Petal, Magister,
Hey,
and Red.
I'm gonna look at Star. Do you know how to get that information from Shade?
Depends on what you're trying to ask for.
The ritual?
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. Thinking about it, she actually wasn't there when, you talked about it.
The ritual to combine the blades?
Okay. If it's a ritual and it's a secret that only Shade knows, she looks towards Golden's group. Maybe, she puts two hands together. You don't, she then gestures towards her. Talk about it in front of them. And then Golden looks towards Lillian, Shade, and Star. Yeah, probably not, honestly. But, if you're that careless, maybe we shouldn't, she rakes one of her hands through her hair. Not
I thought we
bring you
weren't close
along?
to them. I thought we weren't close to them yet.
You aren't close to them.
thought
You
we
know
just-
of Golden,
Oh,
but
I thought we were just still with us.
No, the
she
DM said
entered
that
into the
Star
tent.
came with them.
That was probably when I was in the bathroom then.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, because I'm pretty sure the DM said that Star was with Golden in her group.
Yes, she even introduced her group.
Anyways, Lillian, stop being so impatient. It's okay, alright? We have time. Golden, Petal, Magister, and Red, thank you for joining us, and good morning.
They enter into the tent that you're basically blocking off. I don't know why Star went over there, or at least you don't. Maybe fast friends, who's to say?
Oh, Star, did you meet new friends? It's always good to see.
No, I didn't. But they have interesting qualities that I want. Golden just looks at her.
I know the feeling. Right, friends?
She looks
Out
at you
of
now.
character question. Does the other blade have the same effects as the one that has lust, or no?
Different blades, different properties.
What's the properties of the other one?
The other one you wouldn't receive as you're honed to one, but receive an added bonus if you have two that sync up.
That's why I asked. What do I know what the properties of the other one is?
No. I'm just gonna say no.
Okay.
If you desynchronize with one, which you can't do anymore, you would be able to perhaps read the other. But unfortunately, you've already bonded. So, there's that. But what was I going to say? I think Star was going to say something around the lines of, no, I'm just using these people, but don't tell them. Something like that. Lost my train of thought. Anyways, Golden looks towards your group. So, have you decided to help out, or are you going to help out to the war front? From what I have heard with Blake's contradictionary measurements, she has so far stalled the groups that are on the war field, battlefront if you will, in order for them not to press on and enter into any cities. Thankfully enough, that hasn't happened yet, because mainly, and I'm mainly speaking on my own end of information, they are still gathering people from the Zodiac as they're coming together in this located area. Luckily enough, she didn't have to wait for strong people. Strong people came to her. Although we are lacking numbers, so the best way to deal with this is to take out the 5 generals. which we have perhaps located within this cavern system that I found not too long ago. I made mention of this last week. But I still want to know if you're coming along. From what I can tell, they're all strong, but I don't know if just my group is able to take them. If we are, maybe one at a time. But things don't always go as planned.
I'm fine with everyone getting in front of me and dealing with them.
I'll come along to the cave.
Yes, I believe the generals are the more exciting mission.
Predator looks towards the rest of you, then simply states, well, if you're gonna go and enter into the cave system with us, are you all ready then? We will be heading out once noon arises.
I am ready. I do hold, though, perhaps we should go ahead and get this over with now. Golden, do you mind speaking with us for a moment, if you have the time?
Privately or publicly, because I am fine with either. I just need to know what I need to wear.
Either one is fine with me as well. It's just a trade that I was hoping to do with you, if you wouldn't mind.
She looks towards you, surprised that that's what you asked.
Out of character, isn't he bonded to her? Would that still even work?
We don't know what the process of how far Golden is with her sword.
But she simply states, and plus not every blade has spoken, or not everyone has spoken to their blades. Shade, Bartholomew. No, wait, Bartholomew did, technically, but different system.
Once.
Shade and Lan are
What?
key figures. Don't worry about it.
Just like, what? Lan's like, what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I talked to it. Didn't say anything.
That's true. But ultimately, you don't know. But Golden Surprise, is that the question you asked? Simply states, depends on what you want to trade.
I am aware that you hold a Blade of Sin. We are currently trying to acquire them, and I was hoping you'd be willing to trade something that we have for your Shard of Sin. We do have a number of things on us, so we thought you might be willing to.
She looks around, looks towards Blake. Blake simply states, it's their own thing. I don't really know what they're doing, but from what they told me, that they're acquiring these blades to stop some catastrophe. But it seems that they might have failed at this point and are trying to make potential recovery measurements. She looks
I have a
towards.
question.
Go ahead.
Do we know if the virtues can be combined?
You don't. You don't have that information.
If so, that'd be metal as fuck, and I want to do that.
Does the pool of knowledge know if that's possible?
Yes, but this time you would be taking time to do it instead of just me quickly giving you the information. So you'd be basically out of this conversation.
Just not the action, just the conversation.
What you should ask is if the virtue and were you asking if the virtue and the sin can be combined, or the virtue and another virtue?
The virtues.
What about if a virtue and a sin, maybe they cancel out the bad effects or something, and they can be worked together?
I believe the DM has already said they cannot be combined, didn't he?
I don't know. Did he? I didn't hear that.
I don't remember saying that.
Oh, then I must have been mistaken.
Well, you should ask all of those questions. What I say.
Fine, I'll ask all those questions.
That amount of information would get you at 2 exhaustion points.
Oh, no, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I just want my question answered then.
What was the question?
Can the virtues be combined together?
I'll answer that, but I'll answer it eventually, as that type of information will take time to dive into the pool.
Okay.
So she looks towards Silver. Golden looks towards Silver and simply states, "Do you trust these people?" Silver then states, "As far as I can throw them." Her sister then states, "Well, that's pretty far, so I guess you have at least some qualities." Let's see here. Well, I found this thing a while ago. kind of took it from some dead person. What exactly do you have to trade for it, though?
What are you interested in? I do have some money, if that's all you would like. I also have a few weapons.
If we fail, money's basically useless. If we fail, then weapons are basically useless.
Well, to us.
Well, I could perchance get you some knowledge if you want that. I do have some potions on hand. I have a potion of prismatic spray, a potion of small, a potion of growth.
Those you'll probably need for the fight. I'd rather not weaken my own forces. I mean, no offense, but I do not know how strong you are.
I have 13 silver arrows. We have some other things.
Huh.
I have a deck of cards that are blue monochrome.
You basically go through your list, and I'm gonna tell you I know at least 80% of what you guys have, or at least remember that. She's not gonna want any of it.
You don't want a mace.
And the
of
one that she
Phoenix?
does, we don't want to part with.
Probably.
Try a different angle, buddy. I don't think she's working.
You don't want a mace of the Phoenix.
Shit, you were saying?
What
you say?
what do you want
What?
for it? Name your price.
Yeah. What can we do?
I know you seem
What can
to
Kelmore
have...
do?
She laughs at that and simply states, none of you seem to have what I would want. No offense.
We hear that a lot.
Star simply nods. Yeah, quite a bit. But then Golden states, let's see here. You all seem different in your own way, shape, or fashion. I'll tell you what, she then brings out an alchemical kit. I would take a blood sample from all 5 of your group. I've already gotten one from Star. Afterwards, you can
Whoa.
simply possess the blade.
Why do you want that?
That's the trade-off. Would that be so uncumbersome to your team?
I step
I'm not
forward
able to pay attention to this conversation, right?
Yeah, we just
up
stabbed
to
you.
a point.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if that can be used against us?
Oh, like without Arcana, most of you, like spellcaster, would know that blood could be used against you
Yeah, hell yeah.
without a roll.
That's not good.
I step
Blood,
forward
blood,
and
blood.
offer some of my blood.
Oh no, I would need your entire team. I can't just offer it from one of you. After all, you are bartering for your entire group, are you not? If it's an individual person, that would mean much more, and that would endanger one's life, which is I'm not tempting to do, as you are about to join me.
We get him a sandwich and orange juice or something. It'll be fine.
I don't think you know how it works.
Lan and Lillian, you're the last two to make a decision.
At this point, Lillian, you can discern that the shards can be fused together and the items of virtue can also be fused together. However, how to do that one is not present to the knowledge pool. So if it does have its own
Cool.
ritual, or if you need something else to do it, it's a potential possibility, but you don't have that information.
And
It's gonna
going
be tough
for-
though with only 6 shards of sin at your disposal.
Hey, I have a question. So going
Or
to
shards
ask if the
virtue.
virtue and the shards can combine would be an exhaustion point.
Yes.
So for today, guys, the virtues can be combined. I think I'm asking tomorrow if they can be both sets can combine together.
So you do what you gotta do. You're the one that has access to all this. We don't know what's it about.
Wait, what? Don't you have access to pool knowledge?
You're doing. I don't. Do we? I thought that was just your thing.
All
Oh,
of us.
No, quite a
Yeah,
few
I'll
of us too.
All of
Oh.
us, I think.
Everyone but
Oh,
the
I
star.
Everyone but Lan, because we hate him.
I thought someone managed to get it.
No, she decided not to do it.
No, she would have got in, but she pissed me off, so I didn't make her pass. That's what happened.
She rolled low.
So,
I'm
Well,
going to
I
do
mean,
this. It's important.
We can
I'll
all
give
give
you a-
blood, but it's just like that's basically like we're just signing over our. They can do anything. From take our will, send us to their plane of existence. Like, basically they'll have a trump card over us. Like that's pretty heavy.
Potentially.
Yeah.
She does stay.
Is this for the blood or going with them?
And the blood. Going with them is your decision.
We all decided to go with him.
man, if we want this blade, this is what we need to do. She doesn't want anything that we have or any knowledge we can get.
Yeah, I know.
Can I roll Arcana to see if there's ways to prevent the blood
I mean-
from being used to hurt me?
You would need to be bound. I'm just gonna give it to you because it's easy enough not to have a roll. You would need to have a greater deity, entity, spirit, lord, fey lord, demon lord, something like that, in order to protect you from anything that could be used against you, such as blood, hair, your true name, blah blah blah, whatever myth or mythology you subscribe to, depending on your background. Beyond that, you would need to have some artifact level of shielding.
Technically, the blades are since our artifact level.
If we all get
Those are specific ones. They are not.
we know there is like an item like out of game, like I don't know if my character would know about it, but I think there's an item like that we can get that like prevents like any type of divination magic, but that's not. I mean, that'll stop the majority of stuff because they gotta be able to find us first, then everything else. But
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. They could send. I don't know. It's I'm like out of character. Like I want to do it, like because I just want to see what the fuck's gonna happen because that's kind of interesting to see like what's gonna happen when we sign over our line, like basically like a warrant, like they can fuck with us.
Yeah.
No matter what happens? But
Yeah, I don't think
in-game
William's gonna
lands,
sign
like,
up for
no
this.
way. In-game lands like
Yeah.
like that's
No.
like
Yeah.
no, that's like
William's like
slavery.
no.
That's slave. Like they could enslave us. So like I don't want to do it.
I would
Not
be
for the blade.
personally
I'd rather
honored.
just kill her and take it.
Did you
I'm
say that
personally
out loud?
honored and
Probably
obliged
not.
to offer my friend's blood as a substitute.
I'm telling you where Land's head's at. You guys, I mean, everyone but Lillian would probably know what Land's thinking.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Golden.
Lillian's not agreeing to this. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
laying
sorry,
out loud is
Bartholomew is a bard. He's not dumb. He wouldn't do
Land
that.
wouldn't sign any contracts either. He wouldn't even sign a contract. He wouldn't even sign his name on things.
Would Lillian have to go talk to her grandpa to get protection from this?
You are not a cleric, paladin, I guess a warlock either. If you tried to ask for a favor from your family, you would, in a sense, be bounded to them, and they can have you do whatever they decide. So it'd probably be just about the same consequence as giving away your blood.
Just sell your soul to someone else.
Ultimately.
I am sorry,
I wanna play
Golden. It looks
vampire.
like the other two will not agree.
I know Bloodworks.
Is there anything else we can offer?
Just take Kelmore's blood twice for me.
She already said no.
No,
Come on.
she's not agreeing to
Can I
that.
try and convince her?
Not in this instance, mainly because
I'm
she is
just
not a
useless
complete
and You
NPC.
wouldn't want my blood. And Lillian's just as useless as me. I mean, look at her, awful, useless, just like me.
She already
So,
said that she
you
wanted
know.
a whole party.
I know, but I mean, Lillian just got here, and we barely even know her. She might not even stay. She doesn't even like us, right, Lillian? Right, Lillian? Lillian nods. I'm sure. I hope
Golden,
she's
is
in
there
a
anything
transit.
else that you would want from us?
I'm afraid not. Unfortunately, you have nothing else I would want. I mean, no offense, but it could be taken a little offensively. Either way, we can discuss this later on. It's not an immediate thing you have or need of, I'm assuming.
Not for
Here,
me.
here's the thing, guys,
Can I-
forgetting something.
Can I roll insight? Like I'm almost. I just got home. Like I'm not there yet. But can I roll like an insight? Like if somebody like get on my character sheet and roll that.
Sure.
Like what was her intentions? Like I don't know. I don't like her. I felt like she was up to no good. But Lan doesn't trust anybody.
That is fair.
So.
Sure.
But was she? I don't know. I mean, I guess she could have been nice. But even I don't know, nice people be like, well, I'm kind of like a bad guy. You know?
Well, Lily knows enough about magic. This is a bad idea.
I thought she wanted just to get laid, considering how
Oh,
she was acting.
Also,
earlier.
out of character, she's going with us to fight the generals, right?
She's the one that's leading you there. Yes.
Yeah, so she could die there and we could just take it.
Presumably.
Or we can make sure she dies there.
Ultimately.
It's a possibility. It's also possible we burst into flames and spray money out of our ass. It's just not likely.
When what happens first, though?
Who
The
knows?
Money or
Uh,
the flames?
Lana, whenever you're ready, you can roll insight. But Lillian, you were gonna say something before.
Okay, I'll be there
and
in a minute.
I'm not exactly sure what you were gonna say though.
I wasn't gonna say I have to go to the bathroom again. So
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Only playing Vampire the Masquerade. There's a merit called Unbondable. It would work way better.
Golden just looks towards the rest of you. Well, we can decide on what you would want to trade, or what else I would want later. Or you can ultimately decide, hey, I do want to give you some useless or perhaps potentially useful blood in exchange for something I want or desire. Ultimately, it's really up to you on how early or later you want to exchange things.
Fine. So I am ready to go ahead and start moving toward the cave. I have nothing else I need to prepare.
Well, it'd be a good 12 hours till we get there, so if you need something like maybe grabbing a horse from the stables, if you can't drive a horse, then maybe grabbing a wagon from it.
I already have something for that.
Oh, good. It seems that my sister hasn't hired people that are, I want to say domesticated, but that is not the appropriate word here.
Useless?
That is
Alright,
an
that's
insulting
fine.
word.
Lan rolled that.
Was it an inaccurate word?
I don't know yet, but we will find out. She says with the most chipper smile. Lan, you can tell she was going to use it for something. Maybe not nefarious evil. Maybe she wasn't going to control your minds or bodies. But she is going to do something with it. You know that specifically for sure. And it does have to do with you due to the blood connection. Now, what that is entirely, you're not exactly sure. But it's not nefarious, or at least it's not having the intent of being nefarious.
So it wasn't. She wasn't intending to harm us directly. It doesn't mean she wasn't. But she was planning on doing something for sure. So like, yeah, I don't know. Good. I'm glad I didn't give her anything and trust that bitch.
I'm thinking gangbang. She wants a gangbang is what I'm thinking.
Yes, that's exactly what she wants. That's what I was getting to, Kelmore.
Perhaps, but
I
that
think we're on
ship
the same
has
wavelength.
unfortunately failed. As
Yeah, I
Kelmore
think
ruined
that's
it for
Kelmore's
Bartholomew.
God damn it, Kelmore. We were gonna do it.
I'm a bard. Nothing is ever unseduced in my presence. Don't worry.
Kelmore, it's a joke. I'm
I'm
just messing.
convinced.
Anyways, Lan's secure in his fact that he doesn't want to give blood to a stranger. It takes a good
Yeah.
12 hours. You rose in the early morning, so you're around dusk when you arrive to the cave entrance.
I have a question.
Yes.
72.
Since prestidigitation can clean blood,
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
as well.
are the containers she's using for this magical?
You don't know. But probably not, depending on how well an alchemist is stocked.
So it wouldn't be breaking in terms of to give her the blood and then prestidigitate it away.
Oh, it
immediately after?
completely would.
Yeah, she could
Oh.
tell you're casting a spell unless you have subtle spell, which would be really nice if I had that.
Or if she looks at her kit later on and then sees that the blood has been wiped clean.
It might be
You
better.
could just make it. You could just make it altered blood though, like it's some other type, like
Potentially, yeah.
Change it.
Ginger with like rat blood or something. And pass
Yeah.
it off as my own.
But that would be more
Yeah.
thaumaturgy than prestidigitation.
You might also would want to use.
And actually,
Great.
prestidigitation only lasts for like an hour anyway. It wouldn't permanently do it.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, no, it would. You can permanently clean things, but I don't know. I don't think you can permanently change the taste of things. Can you? I don't know how long
No,
that lasts. I gotta read that.
Not the taste. No.
I think
It
it
says you can change taste. I don't have to read like the length of the
I believe
spell. Some things-
permanent
some things
changes
are-
do
some things are
require a
permanent.
extensive amount of time and continual casting.
But like some things are permanent. Like if you're dirty, you can clean yourself off, and that
Mhm.
doesn't. It's not like you're not temporarily clean. That shit's off of you. So whatever on you, you can get off of you. So some
That is
things you can
correct.
do. Yeah. But I'm
Yes.
not really trying to argue anything. I'm just like I don't remember how. I'm looking it up right now.
That's fine. You get here without too much worry or trouble, thankfully enough, because you went with a scout instead of trying to go there alone. You went to the right location and didn't get swept up in the potential fighting. For a few instances, you did manage to go around and circumvent any potential fighting you had to do in order to arrive here, because there were people coming in and out of this cave, whether you knew it or not, from a distance. Golden with her good chocobo. Golden, with her past knowledge of being here, knew the route system. But after a while, roughly 5 hours before you got here, the whole subtle increase in people walking to the battlefield, from what you can discern, had, at a time stopped. You asked what exactly was going on with this time frame of no one coming towards you, and she simply stated, it's quite possible they ran out of people that they're currently enhancing, or maybe they spotted us and wanted to have no audience. I honestly don't know. But this sometimes happens, but not this soon in the day. So we will have to be wary. It's not like we weren't wary before. You then, at this point, managed to get to the cave system.
How wide?
Hey, how many
Inviting.
temporary hit points do we have from Inspiring Leader?
Right now, everyone's getting for level 12, right? 12 plus 17. So everyone, and even Shade, gets 17 hit points temporarily. Where that's actually it's 10 hit points that don't go away until you're hurt.
And yeah, and you put it on.
And then I put 8 at the 3rd level, which is another 10 hit points. And that's on me, you, Lillian, and who else have I put on?
Bartholomew, I think.
Yeah, Bartholomew. Yeah, Bartholomew needs it. Yeah,
That gives me 150 hit points.
there you go. Plus 27 is pretty nice.
I get to be not dead for longer.
I will
Yep,
take a
that is
vanguard
good.
position.
As you enter into this area, Kelmore, what was that?
I will take a vanguard position.
All right, Kelmore basically leads the front, and before you enter inside, Golden simply states, to her group, but to yours as well, we'll be entering into this area and heading right and up and south. Depending on what you want to do, you can come with me or you can come with your own group. Either way, make sure you survive. For some reason, they don't want to go to the southwest area of the cave system. So if you can avoid it at all possible, I would suggest it. If these guys are the generals and they don't want to go into that area, then 2 possibilities are here. One, that's where their likely king or superior being resides. Or 2, there is something worse than them there. The main focus, however, is that all 5 generals are in separate sections and corridors. So if you do manage to fight one, I would suggest you do it quickly before another can enter inside. Sneaking is likely your best possibility. One is in a river system, one is simply in a room behind what appears to be a small stone structure. One is in an open room that is very hard to sneak from. So I suggest you have some sort of thing prepared. Another one resides to the southeast in another corridor section, and one resides where from what I can tell, unhatched somethings as they are eggs. So I honestly can't tell you what those are.
Omelets.
Potentially. That being said, if you have any magical abilities, properties, or the like, I don't know what will happen if you enter inside. I don't have any of those. I am mundane. So if they have any traps set up for magic casters, those that have spells prepared before entering inside, I suggest you have countermeasures, or you are extremely careful before you do anything.
I got a knife.
Knives also help, yes.
I asked how soon after we enter are we were entering going straight into combat, or do we have a little ways to go first?
We will have a little ways to go. The area we're entering inside is a open area.
How long do you think it'll take us to enter combat? Idea, roughly, you think?
Depends on
10
how
minutes, 5
fast
minutes?
you walk, but maybe between 5 to 10 minutes or an hour.
Okay,
2 if
that's
you're
all
just
I-
running in there.
That's all I needed to know. So I was going to cast a spell, but never mind.
Right, again, last time I came here alone as you enter inside. Now with people and my own forces, I can't guarantee anything.
Shade is going to cast Pass Without a Trace on everybody.
Yeah, that's probably going to be very helpful.
So it's a plus 10 to everyone's stealth checks. And we can't be tracked except by magical means. Because a creature that receives the bonus leaves no traces or tracks other than behind. So, yeah. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has a plus 10 bonus to dexterity stealth checks. So yeah, anybody within 30 feet of Shade is plus 10.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
You enter inside. At this point, she does whisper, but she still continues to talk. There are a few other things you can find here, but I did not dive in too deep. I'm going to try to observe and see what else, or who else lied in wait. So if you do find treasure, some unbeknownst wealth, if you decide to take them, you decide to take them. But my mission is clear. I am to take out as many as possible and leave with as few casualties as possible. I am not responsible for your team.
Uh-oh.
But if you are in a pinch and I am near you, I will try to help.
Yeah, same to you.
Understood. And good luck.
I hope you don't die. If
Cool.
we're close by, we might help you.
Right. I'll take the separate section that you decide not to take. So I'll give you the choice. Do you want to go north or south? If you want to go together, fine, but I'll let you choose which way to go. The north section doesn't seem to have that much space, so the southern section would have more potential room to move.
I think we should go south, but the one thing is I don't really see a path per se.
Well, if we do go north, I call middle.
She does look at you and simply states, do you have any type of vision? Dark, light, low light?
I'm a human, so no.
I'm a half elf, so yes. Human can't see.
I'm back. I have a question. The generals, are they like your sisters out of character?
3 of them are.
So they're not like elder whatever the heck they are. Like we're not actually fighting like divine shit.
Oh, you
right?
potentially are.
They're
Could
possessed.
be, could not be, I don't know.
They're like possessed by something.
From
I'm down with treasure.
the way you're interpreting it and the way it has been stated, you're basically fighting avatars. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
no, none of them are airbenders.
Yeah, I don't
Boo.
really
Well, there's only one left, and we all know where he is.
I quit.
so.
That's it. I'm leaving.
That's fair.
I don't
Len's
really
like, I'm out.
see any paths?
Those with dark vision, I will extend it to the paths you can
Yeah, I can see. I can blank and see. I think we have dark vision, don't we?
see. Most of you.
I have dark vision.
Some
Oh,
of
is it
us
over
have true
here?
sight.
Is this over here?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't able to tell because it seems so out of focus for me that
It, for some
all the
reason, the
light
map is wonky. I don't know what happened to it. So you're just
Zoom
gonna
out
have
and
to
back
hope.
in. Sometimes it helps.
Alright, so I say south, but I don't care which way.
I say
Wait.
north because I'm more protected in the middle. But that's just me.
Okay, real quick. Remind me again what the different ways are for the bathroom again.
North and
North
south.
and south.
She
No, what-
stated that north has a narrow and less space to move, but south has a more wide and varying way to go. Shade, you can see that the north section does quite literally 10 feet from where you can visibly see, splits off into another southern direction, a eastern direction, and a western direction.
In the south end of the cave again.
We don't know.
We don't know anything.
We don't know
We just know there's
shit.
bad guys. There's
We
bad
should
guys either
stick
way.
together as one unit. We're stronger together. We can be attack quickly
Let me
and
bring you up
silently.
to speed. We know nothing. You're now up to speed.
Do we know what the eggs are?
I did
No.
not stick around to see one hatch.
Can I roll legend on those
You do not see them.
from description?
She gives you a description, but ultimately she is not a ranger. So go ahead and roll nature with disadvantage. They could be something as non-threatening as an ostrich egg, or something akin to dragons. It could also be something like a mud crab, or maybe a behir.
Okay, someone in this party has good natures. That person should roll. I forget who it is.
I have
I
bad nature.
Don't want to roll that.
Um,
Mostly because I don't want to know what I'm eating. I'm gonna eat one of those eggs if no one stops me.
The path north splits off multiple ways as far as I can see.
South. North, it splits off into one direction, and then, 10 feet from where you're at, it splits off into a small little pool. Oops, that's the wrong tool. To a small little pool, and then afterwards, it just goes into a straight line into a room.
So you can only go one way if you go north.
No, there are two ways. South, north. North will get you to a small pool and then going to another room. South will get you into a three-way split.
I think we should all stick together. I can keep us hidden,
Sure.
and
I think we
together
should
we
go
can
south.
strike the generals quickly and silently and eliminate them too much faster.
Fine by me. The only problem is, if we do not split up, we then run the risk of them all ganging up on us instead of dividing the attention. But I did.
Maybe we could use that to our advantage if we know they're going to come for us. Is there any way we can set some glyphs in a room ahead of us and make them come there?
She looks towards her magister, and she states, potentially, but that requires me an hour's time to do so.
True. Can we bring them out here?
If we decide to just simply wait here and inscribe the room for an hour,
Multiple. Yeah.
And I'm
I
sure
don't-
they won't do
Yeah,
any
yeah.
prep work for that. So
All right. Well, it was a good idea until it wasn't.
I think we should take the south passage.
yeah, if majority says south, then
South and
I
east.
guess as long as I stay in the middle.
Sounds
I do
good.
not want to be in the exact back. I do not want to be in front. I want to be in the middle.
Lamb will lead the way wherever.
I
But
can see best, my friend.
well, you lead the way. I'm right behind you then. I just
I'll
need to
stay
be
near the
close.
front.
I need to be.
'Cause
Don't be more than 10 feet away from me. Shade. case anything happens. Just in case.
I don't want to be man-napped.
I know magic doesn't touch you, but divine magic will always help you. You know, it's not divine magic. I don't know. Anyway, but as we start heading out, I'm gonna, because we're heading probably into combat as we were talking. Or are we gonna hide first? I guess we'll just wait. I'll just wait.
I will.
We're
gonna
going
hide.
south. I'm
gonna
anxious to
stealth.
see if we can make use of whatever they're afraid of.
Southwest was the direction of the whatever they avoid, right?
Southwest to the bottom of the map.
Right.
I'm gonna roll my stealth to be safe. So that is 21.
Stealth.
24.
I have a
29.
+0. Disadvantage. Nice. 12.
Could have been a nat 1, then you would have been clanking all day.
Yeah, I thought it was a nat 1, and then it changed. And I'm like, oh wait, no, Shade rolled a nat 1.
No, I have advantage on stealth rolls.
Immediately before you enter
have
further
disadvantage.
inside, Shade, you do see this mark in front of you. Map layer. Shade is the only one that is seeing this.
Stop for
Because
a
it's
second.
invisible.
I do not want to be in the back.
Perhaps.
Someone be in front of me. Someone be behind
There's
me.
something on the ground here. Something magical. and I'll
Cool.
point
Plug
out
with
where
a
it is.
stick. Otherwise, stay away from it. That's what I would do.
Can you describe it?
I will.
It's
describe-
wide enough for you to actually walk around and see. If he points it out.
Can I make an Arcana check from the description?
Shade is not well versed in magic, but he can interpret what it means. Go ahead and roll Arcana with disadvantage. Because this is a monk describing magic.
Mhm.
18?
From what you can tell, it seems to be a ward of some sort. It likely would strip some sort of defensive measure, or perhaps some sort of attacking increase attribute. Ultimately, it is designed to remove something from you. Not your life, your soul, but some magical enhancement.
This is designed to remove some kind of magical enhancement. I think we should get rid of it.
Does someone know how to get rid of this? I mean, I can see it, but I don't know what to do with it.
You can remove magic still, right? Oh wait, no. Do I know about that?
That's a good point. Shade can remove magic.
Yeah, actually, yeah. He just has to like.
Sort of.
Only Shade knows it. None of us do.
Yeah, no, none of us
Yeah.
know that. Forget I said that. Of course, if you come up with it yourself.
Shade, can you point to me where it is?
I point to the entire cavern in front of us.
Can I, with his description, can I use Dispel Magic on it?
You can try.
Alright, I have the spell, and it was
I have
Sword of Dispel Magic. I will try casting it on it, unless someone else has a better idea.
I'd
That
let
was
you
gonna be my idea, but
cast
thank
it
you
because
for taking a spell slot.
I'm a half caster. I can cast it, but I don't have as many slots as you do.
It's not a slot. Does anyone else have another idea?
Nope.
Magister looks at the
And I'm in
idea.
the back apparently, so you know.
You know, that's what you
your
wanted.
thing.
Magister looks at it. The
I want to be in the middle. There's no one behind me in case someone comes up from behind.
middle. There you go.
Sure. Fuck it. There we go.
You said middle. And that's
All
middle
right,
as you're gonna get.
I mean trusted companions. Let's see what happens.
Looking at the area, you do see Magister look towards the inscription line that Shade has drawn out with a finger. And then she simply states, from what I can tell, it's focused mainly on the ground. If any of us can fly or spider climb. And then Shade enters inside the circle. I mean, not Shade. Lan enters inside the circle.
Oh, sorry. I was
Wait,
trying
why
to.
is Landon reading?
He's not.
I wasn't trying to circle. I was thinking about it, but I didn't.
Okay.
Thinking about it.
My just simply states if enough of us can fly or spider climb, we should be able to simply avoid it by going around it. Otherwise, we could perhaps dispel it, but it might have a secondary measurement of dispelling, some type of alarm or other.
Hey,
It's what I would do.
I held up my room of flying. I got this.
Well, that takes care of one, but not the entire.
No, but I can use it and then send it back.
I was just gonna latch onto the bottom of it, but that works too.
You can send it to a point. You can point within 1 mile.
Huh. Well, I've never had this item before, so I'll trust your judgment.
Shade will shadow
No
step.
one wants to
over
touch
other
the big
side.
magic circle. I hear in the DM's voice.
Yeah, we
Come
can all
on, touch
we can
the
all
big
miss
magic
these
circle.
Shade disappears for a quick second inside the shadowy cavern, and then reappears on the other side. With those of you with dark vision,
How does long jumping work again?
That's a little too far, I think.
it's a little too far.
I think I'll just Misty step over there. Boop, boop. I'll move up and be like,
Misty
oh, hey,
step.
Shade.
Yeah, Misty
With
Step could do it.
Alright.
Here.
Barely, but you could do it.
That's here. That's the broom of flying. So will that work for everybody?
It'll take some time, but eventually, yeah. Those that are Misty stepping to the other side would steadily increase the speed.
I move so fast.
I could, but I also don't want to waste spell slots because I'm greedy.
I have
So-
2 free Misty steps a day, I guess. So
I hand the broom to someone and I use my boots.
I thought the DM said no with the broom, so I was like, oh, just whatever. We'll all Misty step over.
She was basically
all good.
asking Magister, and Magister didn't know.
I know. Oh, I
It's
asked if
okay.
I could do it like that because that's what the broom says.
Like outside of game, yes, it would work, but inside the game, you don't know until you try.
Okay, well,
Well,
I'm
just gonna take the broom
Oh well.
and then like fly with it, or like believe in the heart of it, or some shit. However they do it in Harry Potter, damn it.
So one by one, first
And he's gonna surf on it.
Lillian goes over, throws the broom back. Magister, since she knows how to use magic, gets on the broom and goes over here. Seems to work just fine. Tosses it over towards her leader. She grabs it. 16. She doesn't really know how to use magic or anything of the like, so she grabs it, and luckily enough, she doesn't fall or screw anything up. She just gives it back to Magister to throw it back, and Star grabs it. Star can use magic, so she can easily do it. Throws it back, gives it to.
we
Petal.
don't need to throw it. I can just say broom go here and it does it.
I'm
Yeah.
just basically speed running it. You say that, but I'm just gonna say she throws it back, and you tell it to go that way. Motorcycle. Let's see. Petal is also roughly mundane, but she doesn't. Oh, nice. Need that have a roll, but she rolled well. Tosses it back. Lillian gives back the broom. Let's see. Red is unfortunately a mundane fighter. 11. He gets up to here and slips and falls. The broom continues on and basically comes towards Lillian's direction.
Can I catch him?
You'd be entering inside this circle.
Flying, catching.
Yeah, I was gonna say she has boots of flying.
Uh,
Kind of redundant since she has the broom too, but
Go ahead and
you
roll
know,
athletics.
In this case, it worked. Oh, I forgot to move my token because I took her up on the offer.
Yes.
So, hey, Kelmore. When we start the battle, stay close to me. It will benefit you greatly if you're
Okay,
close
I'm
to me.
adding
when I turn.
add 6 to that, and then I'm gonna use Flash of Genius.
For a total of.
It'd be 12, so it'd be a 20.
Nice. Thankfully enough, you are able to catch him in time. He is heavy. In fact, he is very heavy, almost to the point that you were just barely able to catch him, but you did catch him. And then just fly over to the end square where he doesn't meet the problem area.
Which way should we go?
Further south, you could find an entity inside that square area. Further west, you would find someone in an open room. If you want to go tactfully, I will suggest the person that is alone in a nearly blocked off area. Heading west would result in a almost loop-like section. But there is something there that I didn't check. But that's, again, I'm allowing you to take point as you don't seem to trust me, and I don't know your abilities, so I'd rather see what you do.
Watch and learn.
As long as I'm not in the front.
Let's move to the east.
I
Stay
thought
with
you know you just like to see me from the back.
I was
You're
actually going to say
probably
south. That seemed to be where the direct threat was, but that works too.
East it is, then let's go.
So you head east?
Which way is the thing they're afraid of?
West.
Okay.
Southwest. Far
that's
left
not-
corner of the map.
I'm trying to set this up so it looks right. So
Pansies, I say about thee.
I'm
You
near
just
the
send
front.
that, and she really doesn't care.
Shade's
the
trying to
front.
keep everybody within 30 feet of him.
I'm near the front since I'm tanky. I have 150 hit points.
Okay. Let's see here. At this point, you're still pretty far away from the potential threat. But you do get to see more of the area.
Do we hear anything?
You do hear a small cooing sound similar to that of a... What are they called again?
Pigeon?
Ooh, tell me they're snakes. So I can cast friendship.
Owl?
uh,
Snakes, cool.
what are-
Basilisk. Rooster.
it doesn't matter. You just hear a cooing sound
Canadian?
akin to an animal.
Okay. The hippopotamus.
Yes, a hippopotamus.
Yes,
Let's
anyway.
keep going.
The coo of the hippopotamus. I know about.
The majestic hippopotamus.
Ah, yeah.
Cooing its mate by dragging it underwater.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Her team joins you. And then at a certain point, you guys stop for some reason.
We're still going.
I'm not moving any further than they are.
We're moving like
In case
you know,
shit stops.
Okay, at this
I'm
point,
trying to follow Shade if I can see him. Right now, anyway.
Shade should be able to see it now. Just.
Okay.
Look at the area that stands in front of you. You, Shade, can discern that there is a single entity in the middle of a room with no real discernible blockades. So if you do manage to strike them, you will strike them. However, you will not receive a surprise round as it is a completely open room.
It's just one thing.
Seems like one entity inside of this room with some strange... the best way you would describe it is perhaps a headdress.
Shade. There's only one guy in there. I only see one guy. I'm whispering to Shade, like, how many do you see?
Just the one.
You do see a one, but looking at through it in your eye shade, you can discern that there is a darker entity within inside of this being. Whatever this thing was, it is humanoid, but it is something more, as if something merged with its body.
Can I make
Something.
an Arcana check?
Inside of
You
it.
wouldn't know. Only Shade can see it.
Shade can only see this.
Can Shade describe it to me?
Not really. This is more of a intense feeling, a burning sensation.
Shade leans back and like, he ugly.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, bring it
that's
back.
what I said.
Whoever this is, do not take them lightly.
He ugly.
Firewall, would you like me to go forward to spring the trap?
You wait. You stay with me. Trust me on this.
Now,
You'll
what
thank
kind
me
of
later.
armor is this guy wearing? Is it metal?
It doesn't seem to be metal. In fact, looking at them, they have no real discernible armor. They do have a cloak billowing most of their body, but as you look at themselves, you can tell that their hair is more like a tendril, dreadlock look than anything else. Looking at that type of style, or at least rather the way the hair is pushed back, to those of you with enough dark vision and true sight, you can tell that it's not hair but tendrils.
I cast Armor of Agathis at the 4th level.
I've never seen a creature like this, but it's
And-
been transformed, I would say. There's something dark about it.
And how would you like to go about this?
Cool.
We're going to have to
We
kill
should
it.
attack swiftly and quickly.
So, everyone ready your ranged weapons. Fire them as soon as
Wait.
you see.
Hang on. Did they say it had tendrils?
Tendrils,
Coming out of
tentacles,
his head.
Like, does it look like a Medusa?
in a sense.
It has what looks like a mask on its head.
The best way to describe it without actually seeing it would be like a Medusa. It continues to coo in the darkness for whatever reason.
What
Choose
does
it.
it sound like?
Similar to a pigeon, yeah, but a lot more
Oh,
high
okay.
pitched.
Is it hissing?
Not hissing. None of you. I'm assuming none of you have the sailor background, or are what are they called again? Druids.
Now,
No.
wait a minute.
No.
Those would be likely the only people that would be able to interpret it.
I think Lion did have the sailor
God, what
background.
background did I give him?
We need to
But I don't even know where to look.
Then.
Oh, no,
I don't
give
have
him-
any longer-
Are we going all out for this? Are we dropping all our buffs? Or are we just going at this thing?
I think we should go all out and kill it.
Golden.
Shade said
should
it
drop
should
it.
not be underestimated, so that means we need to listen.
Golden. If you're ready, the only thing I have in mind is to charge forward. Are you?
Yeah, we need to move forward as silently as we can, so we can get within range. So that way we don't have to leg it there. Make sure we
I'd
get
say
there and
maybe
get it.
try to surround it. If we
I'm-
could.
Yeah.
Golden then states, "I'm fine with attacking the thing. That's perfectly fine, but surrounding the thing in a open, wide room and trying to sneak in would potentially be problematic, if not sheer impossible."
Indeed. Is there anything on the ceiling?
Looking around, you can tell that the area does have small little grooves. In fact, looking at it, you can tell that the grooves seem to be... Oh, wait, you can't see. I'm just going to say if Shade or Land tells you. Or Bartholomew, Lillian, anyone with dark vision, really. That there are small little grooves on the ceiling, but nothing so big it would be able to hide your body or form.
Yeah, I have like supreme dark vision or whatever.
Now, I have hold monster, so if it succeeds, you want to just like beat the shit out of this thing?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah,
I
sure,
will
do
go
it.
ahead and start the charge forward if no one else has any other ideas or inputs.
Did you not hear my idea? Well, I'll cast it first anyway. I mean, it's
Yeah,
80.
let's sneak as far as we can, then we charge. Let's just not charge for here. Sneak as far as we can. When we see it sees us, then we charge. Okay? I agree with the
Yeah.
charge. Just let's try and
I'll
sneak our way.
hold the hold monster then.
Because
in that
Shade
case.
can. Yeah. Well, yeah. Wait
'cause
till
this guy
we.
seems like a threat.
Yeah. When we're noticed, you let her rip. Because I have one in my my ring as well. If it doesn't work, maybe we can try it again.
Just hold monster
sure.
range. Hold monster's range.
What do you have in your ring?
Hold monster's range is 90 feet, so I could just stand here. I'm 85 feet away.
I have hold monster in the ring as well.
Red does state, if we're going to hide, we can likely use the rocks. That might present some cover, but we can't get within melee range behind those.
How far can we go, DM? Sneaking.
Let's try.
Try and find out.
Yeah, our plan. We're gonna sneak up as far as we can. Then, when we get noticed, we will charge. But
Fire
Shade's
roll.
still helping us. Yeah, Shade's helping us with his pass out trace, or I don't know. I think at least some. I don't know where.
I will start
Can't ever
moving
find it.
forward in stealth as much as possible, and when I can,
Yeah.
I will start trudging forward.
All right, go ahead and roll stealth. Those of you that are advancing and trying to hide somewhere.
So as we are about to do that,
Is Lillian one of the ones advancing?
It's up to you.
Oh, Vance.
as we're doing that, I twin spell greater invisibility on Kelmore and I. So we're both invisible.
I don't think you can. Are you twin casting it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Touching him and myself at the
Oh!
same time.
32. Ew.
I'm just gonna stand here and, like I said, hold monster until it
Is
looks
that-
like it's to move.
That negates my disadvantage at least, right, DM?
Yes.
Invisibility
We're invisible.
does negate disadvantage on stealth. Yes.
All right, that's
Wait,
nice.
what do you-
That's a 27.
You have disadvantage on stealth.
Because I'm wearing a huge chunk of armor, man. A lady. Sorry. But yeah, I'm wearing I'm hefty. I'm a big boy.
He is big.
Sick.
So,
Although
Land,
everyone's
Kelmore,
stronger than me.
surprisingly enough, not Shade.
Oh. But he's
And-
too fast.
Oh, wait, Shade's there too. Mainly because you can use the shadows, and you are in a shadowy cave.
Hmm.
Shade got a 12. In fact, yes.
Well, 22.
And
but yeah.
Shade all run into the area. However, Red got a 13, stumbled into the area, but you don't see that he looks immediately towards the area. He doesn't, appear to be startled. He doesn't come running towards the area. No, he simply stands where he stood, and I believe I grabbed him in the wrong area.
Oh, hang on.
Right
Yeah,
there.
How is it
about
from
right.
me? He was 85 feet.
It was right here. 'Cause we were
no,
45 feet away.
he was 85 feet away from Bartholomew.
Yeah.
85.
That-
Yeah,
There.
that's it. He's fine. That's where he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I was 5 feet off. Sorry.
But he didn't
I was just
look
measuring from
towards
the
that
outside.
direction. He simply stayed there, and Red just quickly rolled behind the rock. If you had to guess, this is as far as Red can go. If you decide to press it further, you would have to roll again.
Let's go. I mean,
Move forward.
I'm going. I mean, red can stay here. I want to go with Kelmore and I are invisible. Let's roll. I whispered to Lillian, if you're gonna use something to buff yourself, it'd be a good time.
Should just use
Nice,
haste
right.
then? Should I use haste or should I save?
Yeah.
Up to
should-
you.
no, I think
Up
you should
to
aim.
you. Go ahead and roll stealth, those of you that are advancing forwards.
I will use
So,
haste. then.
Josh, sorry? Alright, I'm trying to make sure I'm within 30 feet of Shade, though.
Wait,
Shade,
no, I'm not gonna. I'm
you're
gonna
coming
hold,
with me, Shade?
I'm gonna hold
Right, Shade?
haste.
Right, Shade? Right, Shade? You come with me? I don't know, 16's not very good, though.
Better than Red's
Not-
13. You
not
useless
good.
bitch.
I told Red to stay there. I said, Red, stay behind the rock.
He's staying back there.
Shade got a
Good.
39.
Okay.
Red,
What are you talking about? There's no shade here.
Shade, you can
Red
basically
vanished.
move anywhere around him except maybe directly behind him, and you would be fine. You enter into the area, and immediately you see that Kelmore Land didn't get that far. Lillian, did you roll?
No shade can kill more.
I rolled stealth a little second, like a little bit. I got 32.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Lillian get pretty close as well. However, as that happens, I want everyone to go ahead and roll initiative.
How far
He
can
disappears
28
and runs away.
Take me.
I would like to point out that I didn't say I held my action.
That is true.
Oh, oh, oh.
Nice.
Is this how far?
Nice.
Damn, we all rolled over 20.
Yes.
Mine's only a +4.
Don't say that before I roll. God dang it. I'm gonna roll like a 1 now.
Or a 2.
You're gonna be a shit roll. It's gonna be awful. And everyone's gonna hate you.
I'm always shit. Oh wow.
Shit.
See? I unjinxed it. You're welcome.
My die was like, I'll show him. I'm the best die that ever
What
was.
kind of world do we live in where
Hey, would I
Shade rolled lowest?
Would I be able to get
Right.
on the other side by flying, by the way?
Flying would incur something
That would
else.
break stealth.
It would also break
What?
stealth, yes.
Like, yeah, that would like be
Why are you
completely
flying?
We're
We're like right next to
flying
us.
in the
Myself?
room. But like, you realize the point is
I
that
have-
you're stealthing.
My boot.
Pretty freaking obvious you're up there.
You may be up high.
So, yeah. So, could I use? Would I using my boots? Would I be making noise when I'm stealthing?
You would immediately break cover, and if this person can see, they would immediately be able to see you.
Your boots wouldn't make noise, but on account of the fact he has eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and assume, yeah, that would be breaking cover, probably.
It's
Yeah,
all It's all what you decide to
that'd
do,
be
but you
If
would
he's
know
blind,
that.
I mean, that would work, but
I mean, who knows? Maybe he is.
could be.
Oh, now Kelmore and I have advantage on all attacks if we're invisible. Unless he can see through invisibility, then it's bad.
And by the way, Lan, what is your dex?
This
That's what my
10.
tiebreaker. Okay, so I go both. I go before you do. But yeah, anyway, speaking of going, I'm gonna pop out a hold monster. So he has to make a DC 17 Wisdom save, or else he's
Okay.
paralyzed for up to 1 minute.
Now, you do get to do this. That's fine. I'm going to allow it, but he does do something before you proc this.
Keep in mind he is
Hopefully he
undead, so if it, or no, not he is undead.
Is
It
he
doesn't
undead?
work on undead, so if he's undead, then
Yeah.
that won't work.
Actually, no, it should work on undead. Doesn't hold monsters still work on undead? It works on any
It
creature.
actually specifically says this spell has no effect on undead.
No mind.
Oh, I was thinking like it could work. Oh, yeah, that's right, because it can't work on no lich.
Mhm. Aiming straight towards them, you hold monster, thinking, hey, my group's finally there, so they can beat the crap out of this person, whoever they are. Innocent or not, doesn't matter. They're in this cave, so they must die, whether they're a child or an elderly person. These thoughts probably don't go through your head,
Yeah.
but because this guy is a
Nah,
creepy-looking
I'd say
creature,
that's about right.
Something like that.
you decide to hold monster. It pins him down for roughly 3 nanoseconds, and then ultimately the spell disperses, not tagging on.
I'm gonna assume that plus 12 is his wisdom modifier.
He probably has proficiency in some other things to increase it. Either way, looking around
It was worth a
him,
try.
Now that we're close, can I roll a check on this to see if I know what it is?
sure, you won't be able to though.
Oh.
Go ahead and roll. You might roll a natural 20.
Arcana?
DC of 58.
No, this is more nature than anything else. History, if you have it.
I'll do history. Oh, no.
No idea. However, once you get within 5 feet of him, Lillian, for some reason he doesn't know Shade, even though Shade got there first. He looks immediately in your direction, begins to coo once more, and then it hits one of you, mainly because Lan is far enough away that he can finally understand what this is, and perhaps Shade. This is not, this is not a simple cooing. This is more like a sound pulse, a low frequency sound pulse. And immediately I want Lillian, Lan, Kelmore, and Red, unfortunately, because he is within the proctored range, to go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw.
Was I this far away, or I just not move up all the way?
You didn't roll that high, but I'll just say you get here.
Yeah,
Okay,
so I
I
know-
just
I'm close
I
to
didn't
land, so I get 5 to that, right?
You what?
if you're within 10 feet, yeah. Dexterity, you said.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Shade, you don't have to, mainly
Don't be
because
shit.
you
Don't
rolled
be shit.
well enough
Don't be shit.
that I'm not gonna punish you for your natural 20.
Okay. I have a question. Did I fail the save? Because I can flash myself. Save.
From what you can tell, you did fail the save.
I'm flashing
Shit.
myself.
You're flashing yourself. How's that work?
Next time, however, I
kidding.
won't tell you if
That
you
was a
passed or failed.
That
Kelmore,
makes it a
Kelmore,
23.
you get a +5.
That makes mine a 23.
I know you get a +6. You get a +6, Kelmore. I lied.
Wait, what? What do you mean you get a +6?
You get a +6. I actually have a +6. Yeah, I didn't fix it. I have it wrong.
It happens.
I saved it wrong.
Does an
Sorry.
18 still fail or no?
You don't know.
that means
He literally said, if you roll a nat 20, you'll get it. You did not roll a nat 20. I don't think you can get it.
Okay, then 24 is my dex save.
Oh, deck save. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I thought you were still talking
Yeah,
about
but-
save
the.
made against a spell or other effect that affects only you. It doesn't only affect only you, so no.
Kelmore got whatever 18, so did I. No, I
Kenmore
got-
fails, Land fails, and Lillian just barely passes. Immediately, you hear him just screech out a sound, a pulsing sensation. Red now has to make his own save, and with his added
He's dead.
bonus, he does succeed. He still takes half damage, though. So does Lillian. You then
does
hear a
everyone, I think.
screeching sensation, and you see and feel a wave of sound just hitting you in a breakneck speed. All 4 of you do take a good amount of damage. I wouldn't say life-threatening, but a good amount of damage.
Well, we'll see that, won't we? Maybe he rolls all
So
ones
he
on
can
his
use
damage
Shield
rolls.
Master, right? He can use
No.
Shield Master, right? Why not?
No, because it's only if it affects him specifically,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yeah.
It doesn't say. It doesn't say that though.
Or other
Yeah,
effects
at
that
the
affect
bottom.
only you.
Oh,
At the bottom. What kind of is it elemental damage of any kind, or just force damage?
The best way you can describe this is force damage.
Damn.
So hitting you, those that pass, only.
I think that's a separate line.
Doesn't matter.
In
He said
Shield
no.
Master.
If you subject allowed to make dexterity save for half damage, you use the reaction to take no damage. No. Still no.
Okay.
Let's see here. Those of you that succeeded only take 18 points of damage. Lillian and Red only take 18. Everyone else takes 36. After that sensation, however, he does look immediately towards Shade, so he knows you're there. At face to face, let's just say face to face, getting to me eye to eye, you can see that his eyes are milky white. So ironically, Bartholomew did catch it. He is blind, or she is. As you can discern, no connection towards anything you've seen before.
Oh.
Kelmore.
I'm still concentrating on my spell, even though I got blasted in the fucking face.
I draw out my weapon.
Wow. That looks like it hurts. Wow. Yeah. That.
Do I
Yeah, we should have done.
have advantage to attack
You do not.
by flanking?
Well, that kind of sucks.
It does.
No, I was looking at Shield Master. It is a separate line.
Do I have advantage either by them having or are a magical creature?
They are non-magical, or at least the items they're wearing or the effect they just use is non-magical.
Do I have advantage based upon flanking?
You do not, for non-obvious reasons, but I'll tell you now. He has
He's invisible.
He is invisible.
There's advantage to
That
that.
doesn't matter.
Oh,
I will tell
But he
you
can
now.
see it?
The reason why he's not able to see and the reason why you don't have it is he has full knowledge of the area around him. Your attack still is a natural 20, so you still hit, but
Yeah,
he
it is good.
can easily defend himself from anything within his range.
Oh.
So he's
Well,
like,
it
well,
was-
then-
It was a good idea, Kelmore. I guess fairy fire.
That could give you
The tried and
advantage, yeah.
that would,
But you rolled a natural
us.
20.
Well, that'll fucking hit him. So yeah.
Hopefully you roll low on your divination stuff, Bartholomew, and make him fail.
I'm just gonna shoot him with Eldritch Blast. I mean, I'm not within range, and then I'm just gonna walk a little bit forward and tell one of you you're the Jesus of murder, and then walk away.
Stabbing at him and slashing him, you do deal
Probably
a
good
good
idea.
amount of damage. With your new
Probably.
enhanced blade added in tow, you can tell that they are hurt. Not bloodied, not dead, and certainly not another attack like that would kill him. But that they are hurt, and they are surprised that they even got hurt. Whether the face shows it or not.
This is what I'll be using. My Black Flame Blade and a first level Magic Slayer Strike. And the extra 3d8 is the crit damage for a
Mhm.
first level spell slot. I will take my Mother's Blade and attack once again. Does a 16 hit?
16 does not hit.
That was my extra attack. And I will use my. I will use my bonus action to do another weapon attack based upon my class's feature. If I use a cantrip, I can do a normal weapon attack.
Did you say we couldn't get flanking on this guy?
Unfortunately,
yes.
the way you're discerning it, you can't pin him down in order for him to block both sides.
I end my turn.
All right. Lillian.
Triple strike. Thank you for that. Touching that sword. I got 3 attacks now. I actually have 4, but I'm using my bonus action for something else. Does it hit?
It does not.
23 doesn't hit.
It does not.
Does a 30 hit?
30 does hit. $32 does hit.
Oh! Is that a crit? So I'll that.
All right. Let's see.
What?
What type of
Let's see.
damage is this? Thunder damage. Okay.
First step is thunder. The second is necrotic.
Okay.
So that's what, like 50 damage?
More or less. Aiming straight towards him, you do strike, and you strike hard. With a thunder blast and a necrotic pull into his flesh, you can tell that he is hurt. He is not dead and definitely not bloodied, but he looks towards you and he does. It's hard to describe. It's as if he's not looking at you but through you, and it is not a feeling or a sensation you care to have go
I'm
on.
gonna use my bonus action to activate my guardian field. Taking me 12 temp hit points.
All right.
That's my turn.
All right. Bartholomew.
Well, alright then. Like I said, I'm just gonna walk. Let's see, how far away is Lan? I'm going to walk 10 feet closer and inspire Lan with words of encouragement, such as, you know, you're not the worst swordsman I've ever seen in my life.
Don't die.
You can kill things every once in a while. I hate you the least.
So you giving him
That
backhanded
probably is the
inspiration?
nicest thing. The nicest thing you've ever said to me.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
Thank you.
Then I'm gonna walk
I know
10
it-
feet back to where I was, and then I'm gonna shoot this guy in the face with Eldritch Blast. So
And
that-
run away. Just kidding.
120 feet, and I don't want to be within like 60 feet of the sky for sure, let alone
No. I don't blame you.
3
Stay back there.
days. Do any of those
Stay
hit?
there.
Miss, hit.
Aha! This won't do
Whoa.
much, but fuck it.
Aiming straight towards him, you do hit, and basically, Kelmore and Shade pincer him, but they really aren't. But thankfully enough, due to that, you strike straight through the middle. Unfortunately, you're a terrible bowler, but you're a great darts player. It shoots in and it pierces his flesh. Let's see, force damage. You can tell that the flesh on him doesn't seem to be natural or supposed to be there in that way. As you pierce through, you feel a different you see a different sensation of flesh underneath his first layer, which is a daunting sensation to begin with.
Neat.
Anything else, Bartholomew?
Well, no, were my actions. So
All right.
I'm just gonna sit here and talk to the women about them. No.
Lan.
I'm going to tough one. I'll move up here. I'm definitely gonna move up to him. And definitely I want to cast haste. I'm gonna twin spell.
Don't waste your magic.
Yeah, I was gonna do it on cast haste on us, but maybe not. I will.
4 more people. We have to fight.
I have a lot of spells. Now I'll attack with my flame blade, my green flame blade. I'll cast green flame blade and attack with my revitalize. I have to fix this actually. That's okay. Actually, maybe not.
That does hit. That does not hit.
Doesn't it? Okay.
The secondary one doesn't. Or the third.
The third one doesn't hit. Okay, I'll use my channel divinity on the third one.
The third one.
Does a 24 hit? Because it should be plus 10 to hit actually, or should be more than that actually.
The 24 does not hit.
Okay. Yeah, but I'll use the channel divinity. It only works on one anyway. Pew. So that gives it plus 10, so 28 will hit. So 2 hits. And so the first one does 9 plus that, and then the second one does not very much at all. Jesus, Lord in heaven. So, yeah.
All right. As
Wait, who just made those attack rolls?
Lan.
Yeah.
Oh, Landon.
Yes.
Forrest, remember you have that wand that gives you +2 to spell attack rolls.
This is the blade.
I think Farce is the bard, right?
That is Bartholomew.
I am the bard.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
mine
no,
is,
you- Well, remember you have you can reaction save your cons, and you can get +2 spell attack rolls.
Okay. That's not relevant at all because I'm like 90 feet away from the sky. Purposefully, I might add.
Lan,
probably
you
a good idea.
strike and slash through the person. You can tell that if they are hurt. If you had to wager, they might be closer to bloodied, but they are not quite there. That being said, before you end your turn, you can tell that this person has not stopped making sounds. They haven't been screaming, they haven't been shouting out in pain, but they have been continuously making sound. They have been changing pitch, however, from time to time. At this point, it is nearly, if not barely, audible.
Okay, well then, is anyone who one of us got hurt badly? No, we're all good because of the temporary hit points here. We're all fine. Okay, then I guess I will use my bonus action to just make another weapon attack with the flame blade.
All right.
Okay. Hit. And there. Damn, I'm not rolling very well. That's it.
All right. Let's see. Golden takes her turn, looking around, looking at the area, and examining the potential threat. She runs away. No, I'm just kidding. She moves forwards. She would have to take her entire turn just to get there. Whatever. She'll do it just to make sure you don't die. Petal would
That's
curve
nice.
the area to make sure that you don't die this direction.
I didn't know there were that many varieties of swords. Just him making banter with the women. I don't know.
Star just looks at you and simply states, "You do know that most of, looks behind her, them left? Magister, why are you still here? Still deciding on
Oh
what
no, I
to
was
do."
joking. As they were leaving, you know.
Yeah. As they're leaving, she just states that same exact theme. Just questioning Magister what she's doing. However, enemy's turn. Enemy looking around, it does notice you, and for some reason, some inexplicable reason, you decided, hey, let's get closer to the thing that hit us with sound.
Thought being invisible would help.
That would be a good idea if you went against maybe anyone else. Unfortunately, you didn't.
I'm still
Very
thinking
unfortunately, I rolled low on initiative.
Yeah. Let's see here. This is a 30-foot radius, so she's in the zone, and she is in the zone. Unfortunately, everyone decided to go to auto zone. Red's fine. For some reason, Red has been okay with this. Everyone, including Golden and Petal, go ahead and roll. This time, a Constitution saving throw.
That's better.
I don't have to, right? Because I'm smart.
Maybe it's not.
So you have a +6 on your thing, Lynn?
Yeah, you have a +6.
Oh, 30.
So it's a 28.
31. I got 31.
Cool. Lan, what's
Inspire
yours?
me, Lillian.
And
Can you inspire me? It's
Kelmore,
15.
what's yours?
Land needs help.
Land,
Kelmore is a
I'm-
+6.
Okay.
Kelmore's
I'm
24.
I'm in Flash of Genius land.
I'm so smart. What's that? What do I get again? What do I get?
Plus
for that?
6.
So it's only 21, but 21 best.
Okay. It looks like every one of you passed this round, which is great.
Man, you get your own protection. Your own
It's already
protection.
in there.
Oh.
Factored in.
A pulsing sensation comes around the entire form and body. Let's roll for Petal and Golden. Yeah, they didn't save. Actually, Golden did, but Petal did not. A sensational curve begins to wrap around your body, and then you feel a sound wave through you. Some of you are sturdy and hardy enough to withstand it. Others of you, mainly the NPC, are not. Those of you that pass take half damage, so you only take 16 points. No, that's not right math. 18 points of damage. The NPC that did not, or anyone else that failed, takes 37. Which is not
That
great.
literally sounds like it hurts.
Quite
Wait a
literally
minute.
is what Star says. You feel ringing in your ear, and luckily enough, none of you get the secondary effect because you saved. But that does not mean that NPC is so lucky. At the start of Star's turn, it then turns directly towards 1, 2, 3, 4. Rolling to make it fair.
Damn fool! I coulda. Don't worry. Next turn. If you're still alive by then.
Looks towards Lan. Unfortunately, you were number 4.
Number 1, okay?
I'm number one in my
My
own
my mommy said, okay, and you know what? Check it out.
It brings out its tendrils, and then it almost the best way you can describe it is like a sail-like pattern, almost blocking the sound or wind behind them. And immediately they just
I duck?
shout. Go ahead and duck / dexterity save.
Ah, do it.
Legendary.
Oh yeah.
I can't save you from that.
What did I win, man?
See here.
A
Well,
one-way
first-
ticket to Pound Town.
60 feet away, yeah. See you.
Pity we don't have a halfling here with bountiful luck.
Yeah. First of all, thankfully enough, Lan was the only one within that scope of 60 feet. Unfortunately, because he was the only one within the scope of 60
Wait.
feet.
Wait 1 moment, please.
Okay.
Are you trying to make it more suspenseful?
Potentially.
I don't talk
What's
about
your
how
own
far I'm playing
fortune's
here.
favor?
Fortune's not favoring me right now.
Okay, sorry, never mind. It only works in person.
Okay. Kelmore just says, wait. Unfortunately, he then looks through his spells and goes, oh, never mind. Then immediately
He's like,
every action
"What?" And
takes
I get
place.
punched in it.
Land first, you get sonically thrown in the air, hit the ground, you take a falling damage of 60 feet. It would have been less if someone was blocking you. By blocking
Someone
you.
should've been
Yeah, but
I
then
mean,
they
someone
probably
had to
would've
be
got hurt too.
Yeah, but it would have stopped you
there.
earlier.
Yeah,
However,
so-
falling damage within that range is 10d6.
Wow, that looks like it hurt, man. That looks like really hurt.
I rolled well.
Oh, you did.
That being said, then the
Sitting there
actual
like eating a bag of chips or something.
that being
That looks
said,
like it
then the
hurts.
actual sonic attack hits you. But it's only for 3d8.
That's good.
How fucked up is Lan?
Pretty bad. I only have 26 health left. From 135.
Star comes over, looks at you. Yeah, you seem to be
Ow.
about almost dead. Here, drink up, buddy. She then hands you what
I
appears
just-
to be a large thermos.
I like look at her, I'm like, I fell down, I'm sorry.
It's
sorry.
fine. Here,
I'm
it's,
so bad.
it's chicken soup. Just make sure you drink the thing. She used her action to feed you the soup.
It's just broke ass.
You take
I told you I ducked though.
13 points of health back.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good ass soup.
And you
Thanks
also,
for that good soup.
yeah.
Skyrim rules. Get the cheese wheels.
Just try not to die next time or get hit that hard. People kind of need
I'm
you
on it.
around. And I mean physically. I don't know how mentally they feel about you.
They love me. I say it through like my busted teeth and mouth and things.
Maybe. I don't know. Shade.
Yeah. How could they not? Yeah, they love me.
I drop
Yeah,
That's
can you
not a
say-
trace.
Maybe we would have a higher opinion of you if you didn't sound like you drank paint for a living there, buddy.
And I spend 2 key points to cast silence on this guy's face.
I think that's an area of effect thing.
Yeah.
Choose a point.
I'm
within-
such
You
an
can put
idiot.
it-
I forgot I had that too. That's what I was kicking myself over. You
I-
fucking genius.
You basically choose his boot or something on him.
I
Yeah,
didn't
I'm
want to say
choosing his
anything,
mouth.
but I didn't have it.
I think it has to be an object. So you like choose something on him.
Sure.
Yeah, sorry to Lillian in advance for your Thunder Gauntlets, but you know.
Yeah, if you just turned off my melee.
You have a lightning thing, right? Yeah.
It's a range attack.
Trust me, it's worth it.
You probably should have stayed in the back anyway. I wouldn't want to get near this thing.
We all should have stayed backwards. I'm okay though.
I was the only one who was smart enough to stay away from it.
A silence breaks
Hey, I
around
moved away.
him. And thankfully enough, that does stop the queuing. Whether that is a little too late, we'll find out later. That being said, you do silence his very deadly
I know you
sound
had
attacks.
to, but I was, you know.
Land's fine. Sure.
And
Yeah, my bad, guys. I dropped the ball on that one. I didn't realize. Oh, sound. Let me shoot Eldritch Blast out.
Yeah, and Shade's gonna shadow step here.
Oh, see if I'm still concentrating on those spells, huh? DC 20, DC like
Okay.
fucking 18.
Shade, anything else?
DC
I
20,
used my action to cast Silence and my bonus action to shadow step 60 feet away. So I'm gonna just stay where I am, I guess.
Okay. As you
Can't
break
believe
away
I'm
from
still
the area,
concentrating.
before you get hit by, if they still have a type of attack, that type of attack, as you round a corner, making sure you're far enough away from the enemy, you wind up getting closer to an enemy.
Yay!
Lan, do you want me to use my reaction to give you a boost to that save?
No, I'm past. I'm good. I don't even really need to be concentrating on it. It's pretty much useless. I'm just doing it for the outside chance it might be helpful before 1 minute goes by. I was just kind of laughing, like, there's no way I'm going to make this save. I took 41 damage, or whatever, 43 damage. I have to make a DC 21 save. 41
did?
damage, yeah, I had to make a DC 20 save, and I
Red-
made it.
Red,
23.
luckily enough, is able to get close enough within throwing range of his weapons. He seems to have two giant axes, one on his left shoulder and one on the right, and then swings them straight in. They arc in a strange pattern that they completely miss Lillian, almost as if they were about to hit you, but then curve off, and then strike in the middle of his shoulder and his secondary shoulder. Because it has two shoulders. I don't know why I had to describe that. It pierces in, and it then, much like Bartholomew's strange, forceful attack, you see flesh underneath his flesh. He's creeped out by that, but he's trying to make sure that the rest of the group survives. Magister, on the other hand, is not willing to die for you. Maybe for their team, but not for you. That being said, they're not going to do nothing. And luckily enough, they're within 90 feet of the range. Aiming straight for the person, they begin to cast something straight in the air. Then, placing their staff down, 5 magic missiles then direct their targets at this creature, dealing 14 points of damage, plus their modifier. You can tell the creature is now bloodied, but man, oh man, if there was another enemy like this, it's a good thing they're not here right now. We look over towards Shade, and another potential threat like this. Whatever happens now, whatever happens once Kelmore takes his turn, well, we'll just have to find out next time, as we end the session for today.
Man.